And welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario RPG. Last time, we chased down the bandit Croco in Bandit's Way, and got back Mallow's rare frog coin. But we didn't really find ourselves in a situation where we could use it, as Mushroom Kingdom, while we were away, has been invaded by shysters. Now what exactly has brought on this invasion? We do not know. But we're just going to beat up a bunch of things, and hopefully resolve the issue. Couple things to check out before we get into the castle. As you can imagine, that's probably where all of the shysters have decided to make their base. If we come to the store, please leave the correct amount of money for the items. Manager. Unfortunately, the manager does not exactly have the composure to sell to us under this situation, but we can still leave the money and buy what we want. I'm gonna buy an antidote pin here just to slap that on Mallow real quick. I don't really care about the poison immunity. I probably won't care about that ever, but it is a little bit of extra defense to pad him out a little bit more. Excuse me? You want to what? How can you shop at a time like this? Just take what you want and leave some money behind. Okay, already did that, good sir. Anyway, there are a handful of shysters we can kill for additional events. Oh, wow. Well, what do you think of this? So, alternatively, when you get into fights with shysters, they can appear in groups of 3, so this is a good opportunity to show this off. Obviously, a little bit more potential to harm you here when there are 3 of them, but they're still more or less the same weak enemies, so I'm not overly concerned. Honestly, I'm not even sure if I really should have used that Thunderbolt, because I want Mario to be doing plenty of jumps. I'm mostly going to be resolving these fights with repeated jumps until basically the end of this area, so that Mario can power that attack up as much as possible. Luckily, since these guys have exactly 30 HP, Mallow can defeat these guys with just a quick tap after hitting them with Thunderbolt. Hey Mario, look what you're standing in. Ha! Gotcha! Come on, I just saved your life. You gotta troll me like that? Anyway, let's go into this house. Now, inside this house is a couple that I haven't talked to, but they're involved in a bit of a subplot in this game. They are Raz and Rainy. Yeah, she's right. I guess we can put it off until things cool down around here. What are they gonna put off? Well, Rainy wants to get married to Raz. I found the perfect place for a wedding. But now we're all stuck inside. Wonder where they're talking about. But yes, while you leave that shyster out front, he will bounce into the wall repeatedly and cause bumps. Should you take that shyster out and go back in, their house will be perfectly stable, but they have no thanks for you. Now, there are other people we can save, however, who actually do offer us some measure of gratitude. Also, Mallow taking quite a beating here, so just want to give him a mushroom real quick. An endless stream of shysters will be pouring out of the Mushroom Kingdom castle, so if you want to grind infinitely on shysters, hey, go nuts. What's this guy got to say? Help the people in the castle, and they might just help you. And that is, of course, a not-so-subtle hint to how there are a handful of side quests we can complete in the castle. Though, if you are not interested in the rewards for those, you can go and just defeat the boss outright. Hope my little brother is okay. Eek, there are things in our kitchen! Help! And what do you gotta say, mister? Look, scary things, get rid of them! Can do. Alright, so after clearing out both of those guys, Mallow has hit level 4 now, and this is actually a pretty important milestone. If you've been investing in his magic, his Thunderbolt, when hitting the timed hit, will actually take out shysters in a single shot now. Thanks, Mario! But what about my son upstairs? Whoops! I forgot all about him. Now here's something that can happen a little bit differently. As you can see, there is another shyster up here, and this kid does not seem to mind his presence too much. I'm scared. I'll help your son out. And upon saving this guy's son, really, thank you so much for everything. Here's a little token of my appreciation. You get a flower tab. Now, you can actually come up here and save his son first things first, but if you do that, he will not give you the flower tab for doing so. So you want to make sure you take out the shysters on the first floor first, even though that'd probably be pretty intuitive. I did test it out when I was a kid just to see what would happen. You're gonna grow up to be just like Mario, you hear? Yeah! Alright, he's eager, he's pumped, he's doing the Mario training routine, which is jumping repeatedly. With that all taken care of, let's actually get into the castle. We'll juke the endless stream of the shysters. Hey, that Toad's being hassled, let's save him. Mario has finally reached level 4, so on this level, we want to pick HP as our bonus to get the most out of it, and now our bonuses will loop back around, so we'll do Magic, then POW, then HP again, so on and so forth, until we finish the game and aren't leveling up anymore. Now that was really scary. Everyone's hiding in the princess's bedroom. And I and some others couldn't escape in time. Hope no one got hurt. So, let's follow the toad here, and as you can see, I'm too scared to pass by them. So, let's take these guys out. With those shysters cleared out, Toad can get by. Saved by Mario again. How could I ever thank you enough? Now, you do not actually need to take out both of those shysters. If you take out the one on the left, Toad will be able to squeeze by them. But hey, we could use the experience and money, so why not just take out both of them, right? Of course, that is far from the end of the shysters. Let me see here. We'll just use one of our many mushrooms to give Mario a quick top-off, just in case all of the shysters decide to use Drain on him. That is probably the most threatening thing they can do, but as long as you have over 20 HP and you're not fighting 3 of them, you should be fine. Not so fast, pal. Look at him. Can't even bounce. Hey, maybe we could bounce on his head. And, of course, forced into another encounter, but this is as good a time as any to show off Malo's new and improved Thunderbolt prowess. And just hit the timed hit. There we go. 32 damage across the board. They are toast. Again, I'd mostly like to kill things with jumps, but just wanted to show that off. Saved by Mario again. How could I ever thank you enough? Let's follow Toad in here. You're in one piece. Thanks to Mario, of course. Saved by Mario again. How could I ever thank you enough? Just let me know how awesome I am. Oh no, the Chancellor's still in the throne room. What? That's terrible. With Mario around, we're safe, right? You bet. There we go now. Hey, wait. Hang on for a sec, okay? Please take this. The princess would be happy to know you have something of hers. And we get a flower tab for our efforts. What are those things out there, anyway? What do you got to say? Oh, no. Okay, you just repeat yourself. Okay, give him heck. I appreciate that vote of confidence. I'm scared. What do you got to say, madame? You may not sleep in the princess's bed. Have you no manners? Oh, but she fully heals us anyway. But yes, this is the princess's bed, and she does not take kindly to us attempting to sleep in it. But she will recover us fully, so hey, I don't have to use that flower tab there. With that taken care of, let's head out to this section. And how you doing, buddy? The vault guard. I come here to save him, and he runs into the next room. Oh, so much for him. Let's free this guy here. Lots of fights in this part, but not a lot of combat action, because we're just fighting the same things over and over again. What do you got to say now? That vault guard. I come here to save him, and he runs into the next room. Well, so much for him. Alright, but let's talk to the vault guard over here. Never mind that. Guess what I found? It's a gold coin! A gold coin! It's all mine! Oh, I found this in the cellar. Here, you can have it. Hey, wake up pin. That gives you immunity to the sleep status. Not too bad, and I think it's ever so slightly stronger than the antidote pin. Let's just take a look at that. Yeah, a point stronger. What the heck? Let's put that on Mallow. Probably could have foregone getting the antidote pin altogether, but it was relatively cheap, and who knows, maybe I will want immunity to poison. Whoa, excuse me, hiccup. Maybe I will want immunity to poison at some point in the game. I doubt I'll remember when I need it, though. Anyway, returning to the cellar with the vault, all of the chests have refilled, so you can double up on the rewards. Very nice, especially for the flower. Every little bit of flower points helps us here. Anyways, we can ignore this guy and just run in. Don't need to worry about these guys either, I don't think. Yeah. So, heading into the throne room. Where do you think everyone went? Well, gang, looks like we have ourselves a new home. We can bounce around all day long, and there's no one here who can stand in our way. Yahoo! Let's bounce the night away. Well, I think I have something to say about that. Not so fast, pal. Look at him. Can't even bounce. Hey, maybe we could bounce on his head. And Mario gets a well-timed defense there, and just sends those guys into the pit. Now, who is this fellow? Looks like an oversized dagger. Listen up, gang. These guys are gonna put a stop to our party. Are we happy about this? You're asking for it. Ooh, you're gonna get it. You picked the wrong people not to bounce with, bub. about a fat lip to go with that ugly mustache? Yeesh, these guys are so aggressive. And that thrusts us into our first major boss fight against a weapon-type foe, getting its own unique boss music for it. This is Mac, and along him he has 4 shyster bodyguards, uniquely identified as bodyguards. Anyways, for this fight, we're just going to have Mario focus on using jumps on Mac, and Mallow is going to use thunderbolts to take out the bodyguards. Now, when the bodyguards are taken out, they actually do spawn in again after a couple turns. The first time you hit Mac with Thunderbolt, he gets stunned by it, so gives us a free turn to do some additional damage to him, but it's not gonna work again, much like how Croco was only stunned by fire once. Mac himself uses fire-based magic and is slightly resistant to fire, so using using jumps is a fair deal more effective than using Fire Orb in this fight, and a lot cheaper. But yeah, this is not a too terribly complicated fight. We're still in the early game, so what the bosses are capable of are not all that much. If your HP gets low, you can have Mallow either use mushrooms or HP rain. Honestly, mushrooms are a bit more economical. Only Mario is really threatened by the flame walls due to his low magic defense stat. It's actually not commonly known that Mario has the worst magic defense stat in this game. The other character who is usually sussed out as having that, he has a worse equipment that boosts magic defense, but his natural magic defense is ever so slightly higher than Mario's. Not that it really matters in the long run. Anyways, when more bodyguards come in, we can just use another Thunderbolt, wipe them all out. Do need to get the time to hit, and you do need to have full magic in order to, or not full magic, you need to have been optimizing Mallow for magic to hit those damage thresholds at this point, but we defeat Mac and get a whole nice load of coins for our efforts. Plus, of course, the experience for defeating him. But what's this? The star? Looks so familiar. Well, whatever it is, it's Mario's now. And with a nice little get animation, we have a star piece. But what could we possibly need these for? Well, whatever. Can't hurt to collect them, right? I think this is the first time in the series where Mario has like a unique item get animation. Take that, Super Mario Galaxy. This is not good. This is not good. The mustachioed one is strong. Strong, yes. We must warn the boss. Come on! And these guys live to fight another day. Let's talk to the Chancellor, though. He seems to have defecated several times over. Gracious! Oh, it's you, Mario. What a relief. Once again, Mario to the rescue. But who were those? Chancellor! You guys want to bet that this Chancellor is going to be replaced with Toadsworth in the remake? Sir, thank goodness you're alright. Mario, so it was you who got us through all of this. We owe so much to you. And with that, things are returned to normality in the Mushroom Kingdom. First the princess, and now this. It's just too much to bear. Mario! How about we ask my grandpa for help? He knows everything. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, hello. My name is Mallow. I'm from Tadpole Pond. Well, any friend of Mario's is welcome here in Mushroom Kingdom. As I was saying, Mario, you are our only hope. Please, you must rescue the princess now. Mario, I'm in your debt too. Let's head over to Grandpa's place in Tadpole Pond. He can help. Wait, why did I even come to Mushroom Kingdom in the first place? Guess I'll find out soon enough. Alright, let's get out of here. Could Mac, the sword-like monster who crashed into the Mushroom Kingdom, have anything to do with the star piece that Mario found? Our heroes move on towards the Karo sewers. Alright, so let's get on out of here. Fortunately, the Chancellor does not cause us to trip and tumble this time. Heading out back into Mushroom Kingdom proper, let's talk to our obscured friend again. Trample the monsters. Smash them all. It'll do you good. Trust me. On this one. Jeez, you're a little bloodthirsty there, buddy. I know back in the day it was commonly theorized that, tantamount to no reason at all, that that guy was Luigi, although I don't think that is the case in it by any means. Now, Mallow was saying he couldn't remember why he came here, and that was to guide you to his original purpose. Remember, we got his coin back in order to purchase an item from the shopkeeper that he was sent here by his grandfather to get. Sorry. Hey, Mallow, what kept you? I was starting to worry. Hey, mister, I got my coin back. Now, this is actually optional. You do not have to come... Well, okay, let me rephrase that. It is optional to do this right now. You do not actually need to complete this little quest for Mallow here, but later in the game, you will need to complete it, and if you do not complete it now, you will be really confused about what you're supposed to do later in the game. Oh, well done, lad. Okay, here's the thing I promised you. There. Make sure it doesn't get stolen, eaten, or whatever. Your grandpa needs it, okay? You got a cricket pie. Delightful. You bet. Mario, thank you so much. Grandpa will be delighted. Hey, I had the same sentiment. Alright, before we head on to the Karasewers, let's just take a look at our brand new shiny menu option, Star Pieces. Here we can take a look at these star pieces we've collected so far, but at the moment we seem to only have this light blue one. Well, obviously, the menu seems to be implying that there are more for us to find. 7 altogether, it seems. That subtitle to this game that rarely gets mentioned seems to be becoming relevant now. Anyways, let's make it into the Karo sewers. So, of course, traveling into the sewers is a staple of the Mario franchise. It's a lot more pleasant than actual sewers are, though. This is the entrance. Grandpa says to watch out for Belome, whoever that is. It's probably a little dark down there, so keep alert. And Mallow takes point. And Mario will follow soon after. To go down pipes in this game, you just have to stand on them and press down. Heading into Karasewers proper, we have swimming now. As you can see, we can move around on the surface, and in these areas that have a little bit for Mario to stand on, we can jump out of the water. I said we could jump out of the water. Redirections on how to enter? I already know. I just got done explaining that, but yes. Just get on the pipe, press down, and down Mario goes. So, let's check out the various things we have to see in the sewer. As you can see, we got some cheap enemies down there. Let's take these guys on in a fight. These guys, not too threatening. Mallow can pretty effectively take them out just by using Thunderbolt. So, let's hit them with this. Now, one thing to be mindful of is that at this point in the game, what enemies are vulnerable to when it comes to magic is pretty important to understand. We're going to be coming across a lot of enemies at this point who either have high magic defense or are resistant to the electric or lightning element. So that heavily reduces how effective Mallow is as an attacker. Here we got the Big Boo here. Very oddly named enemy. Oh, a bunch of new enemies here. Shadow and Hobgoblin. Now, all these enemies are considered undead, so if you have a specific item to use against them, which they often drop, you can insta-kill them with the Pure Water items. As you can see, these guys are relatively resistant to magic, and they have pretty high HP totals, so don't expect to be doing too much damage to them with Thunderbolt. However, they're reasonably vulnerable to jump-type magic. Lots of things in this game, if they aren't weak to jump-type magic, they're at least neutral to it. In fact, I believe the only kind of resistance enemies can have to jump-type magic is that they are completely immune to it, which, of course, the jump shoes just bypasses entirely, so jumping is the way to go. In fact, the jump shoes, due to this ability... Hey, there we got the Pure Water. Now, like I said, the Pure Water can be used on these enemies to insta-kill them, but it also sells for a pretty hefty 50 coins. So most people would advocate that you just hang on to Pure Waters and use them for, well, a quick financial gain, because they're just so valuable as items to be sold. Here we've got, what were they, the Rat Funks. These guys can poison you, and they have pretty decent physical attacks. If Mallow was a bit faster than he actually was, he could go before these guys and take both of them out with a Thunderbolt, since they're not all that resistant to it, but unfortunately he is not. They give pretty low experience, but they give a decent amount of coins, 6 coins apiece. Mario's leveling up here. He's going to take his ideal magic level for this level. And Jump is going to get a pretty sizable power boost there. So what do we got here? We got a flower. Let me see. I just want to drop down this way. Alright, so before we get into this fight, okay, everybody's at full HP because In grand RPG tradition, we've got a Mimic here, the Pandorite. These Mimic chests are among the most dangerous enemies in the game, among the most threatening things you can possibly come across, so it's a good idea to not come into these fights half-cocked. Mario's jumps are extremely effective against these things, so always be sure to come ready with those, and just stick to jumping. Mallow can basically do no damage to this guy. He's completely up the creek if he tries to damage him with more or less anything. But defeating him grants us 30 coins, a flower jar, and from the chest itself we get the True Form pin. I'm actually going to want to equip that on Mallow for the time being, and might actually want to equip that on... well, actually, no, it doesn't matter. True Form pin prevents you from being affected by transformative magics. The two types of transformative magic in this game turn you either into scarecrows or into mushrooms. Mushrooms cannot do anything, and instead just restore or passively recover a small amount of HP each turn. Scarecrows can only use magic and items. They cannot launch physical attacks, so it's not the most threatening thing in the world to be afflicted with these ailments, but you definitely want to avoid them if you can. Forget, did I go this way? I'm already forgetting which routes I was taking. Okay, yeah, we have not gone this way yet, so I just want to check out over here. Yeah, we want to go towards this guy. Just coming into the fight here real quick, because the Hobgoblin inflicted Mallow with the mute status. When muted, Mallow cannot use any of his magic, and this obviously holds true for any character. As you can see, the ailment actually got wiped out there. This game utilizes an ailment hierarchy. I forget what the exact order is, but certain ailments take precedent over other, and as it seems, poison takes precedence over mute. Just a random thing I always wanted to say about the mute status. As a child, I always misinterpreted like the effect it had on your character's portrait. What it does is it puts a little... X symbol over the character's mouth to indicate that their magic is sealed, as if, like, they can't chant. But as a kid, I always thought, like, between the hunched posture they adopt when in the mute status and just, the positioning of the X and how it looked, I always thought that, like, the characters had, beards and they were old, and it was, like, an old status. Now, the main reason we wanted to go that way was to lower the water. However, I'm going to head back the way we were going originally, because there is a room with a superstar that we can take to get a whole bunch of experience, and we may as well go for that. As you come across this area, rat funks are going to be coming out of these little crevices to try and attack you, but they're relatively easy to avoid. As you can see, the Mimic chest has refilled with something else there. I believe it just fills up with coins after you've killed the Pandorite. Nothing too interesting. So, let's take our superstar here, start knocking out some of these rat funks, and let me see. I should be able to get a few more if I come out this way. Yeah, didn't get too much there. Not the best I've ever had that. With those guys taken out, let's get out of here and head into the lowered water. With the water lowered, we can now get into this pipe right here. Now, take note of this chest right here. You cannot get this chest right now. It is available for you to get way, way later in the game. As a kid, that drove me nuts, and honestly, even replaying this game when I'm an adult, I always forget when you're able to get that chest. Don't think I ever got it as a kid, but yeah, that chest is gonna troll you here. You can't get it until way later. But we've made it to the end of the Karo sewers. We got a recovery mushroom and a save block to, of course, save our progress here, so we're just going to make a new file. If you are overwriting a file that is not loaded from your the file you currently loaded from, you will get this option to, if you want to overwrite it, and of course I do. I'm not using that file, I need backups here. Anyways, with that taken care of, we're going to save our game here, and when we come back... Well, okay, I'll just deal with this fight as I'm saying it. When we come back, we will be finishing off the Karo sewers, see what awaits us at the bottom there. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, though, goodbye.